Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Hi there. Welcome to Stupid O'Clock. I'm Dan Hallfield. As you may have not, if you may or may not have noticed, excuse me, been a long day. Um, Joe Dog is still under the weather. We are hoping that he will regain his health sometime soon. Um, I started to put Dawn on the hot seat to introduce the show tonight, but I figured that was cruel and unusual, so I didn't do it. But at the moment, we do have Dawn and John with us right
You're
now.
not Joe Dog. I'm out. I love you, Dan. Okay. Anyway.
What? No love for me?
Lean over
Don't
here.
worry, he never buys me flowers either.
No, you're right. You're other right. Lean over. Lean over here. Lean over. Other way. There you go. There you go. Okay. There we go. All right. There.
Thank you. Ow.
Bristly beard syndrome. Oh, Lord. Emily has promised to try and be with us tonight, and so has Chris. And hey, never can tell if Zach's not busy, he might show up. Carl, like you haven't fantasized about the exact same thing. Um,
Hey, it's easy to do once you show her show her your giant wiener. So that's
this is why we practice backstage before we make any difficult statements on air.
and that couch right there, that's the giant wiener. Yeah. This is the Currywurst Museum in Berlin. Okay, and they have a couch that looks like a giant wiener. All right, best of the worst. I love that. It's just...
Okay, I'm good, thanks.
I
Josh. Hi,
brought
Carl.
that picture up. And Dawn recognized it right off the bat. That I'll tell you something.
Well, she didn't know it was the Currywurst Museum, but she did know it was a giant wiener. And she's going,
that looks like
typical, John, typical.
I said, thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Lindsay's coronation mug showed up today in the mail.
Is she queen now?
No. She ordered one for Charles's coronation through a disreputable dealer whom she finally got her money back from. And then she found one with a reputable dealer. It only took a week to arrive rather than 4 months of going, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So that's the difference between Amazon and Etsy.
We had the tree guys come in and take all the trees out of our backyard, and so we're thinking about what to do with the backyard, planting trees, stuff like that. Thinking about apple trees. But one of the things I want to do is one of the raised garden beds, which should help keep all the rodents and everything out of the vegetables. That, and it gives your tomatoes a place to hang so that they're not down on the ground getting eaten by slugs and stepped on and rained on and pooped on and every other thing.
I have never thought about hanging tomato vines from an apple tree.
But having a raised garden bed.
The raised garden bed, yes. I've done that several times, yes.
The one I saw that I liked has deer fence on the side of it to keep deer out of it, and a gate in the front. It's a big U-shaped thing, about 12 foot by 12 foot or something like that.
Oh, that's a big one, yeah.
And it's about
2.5
feet high. If you look up raised garden beds, it's that nice one that's on sale right now. Everybody's got it. But the average store has it somewhere between $1,500 and $1,700. For the whole thing. It's cedar with the metal fencing and the metal hinges and gate and all that sort of stuff. It's real nice.
Yeah. You had me at cedar.
There's this one store that's offering that same thing, the exact same thing, for $60.
And how long does the ship take to get from China?
Well, the thing is, they say that they are the people that supply them to Home Depot, and they use Home Depot in their ad. They say that they are the people that supply them to Home Depot and Lowe's. And I'm like, and you're going to send me that much hardware and cedar wood for $60 or $70
plus $2,000 shipping.
Yeah, $2,000 shipping and handling, something like that. But I'm like, I can, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. So that's I've been seeing that. And what's funny is, whatever the company's name is, and there's 3 of them, and I'm pretty sure it's the same people, just with 3 different names and 3 different PO boxes, stuff like that. But they use the Home Depot logo in their advertisement. So I'm pretty sure they're not legit. So.
Yeah. If something is too good to be true, it usually is.
Then Thursday, my mom's husband went and bought a new car.
Oh, wow.
A 2024 Toyota. It starts with C. It's not a Celica.
The Corolla?
It's not a Corolla.
Camry. Thank you, Camry.
And it's pretty. It's got bells and whistles. I mean, you can remote start. You can remote start it from inside the house. It has an 8-speed transmission.
So there's bells and whistles on the bells and whistles.
There's bells and whistles on the bells and whistles. Yes, heated seats. He was reading through it and goes, "Ooh, it has a heated steering wheel." I'm like, obviously they'd never driven in Texas in summer because you'd want a cooled steering wheel.
Or Georgia, yes.
Yeah, Georgia's pretty bad about that too. But,
hey, Ted's Jeep's got a heated steering wheel and seats.
But turns out his does not have the heated steering wheel.
Oh,
it could have had heated steering wheel, but
he needed to go for one more whistle.
Hey, Michaela.
Hello, Michaela. Hello, Chris. Who needs a link? That's what I'm going. Well, Chris, I know has already got it. Is Michaela on the list? I don't know. I
don't think Michaela's on the list.
I would have put her there.
And I've got her Michaela Mercenary. I don't think I have her as a friend on Facebook. I need to rectify that issue.
Really? I mean,
it's funny. I've got so many people that I know from certain websites, but I do not have them individually as friends on Facebook. Just I see them on Facebook all the time through their groups, like Brian K. Morris. I don't think I have Brian K. Morris's Facebook page. I've got his
get in here right now. No, don't. Carl will have a heart attack.
Why is it that Carl kind of reminds, I don't know, it's either Carl or Don's hubby there that reminds me of Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Z. They both kind of.
It would be Ted.
Well, Carl's kind of got that same Master Roshi thing going on too. So you're almost there, Dan Hollyfield.
And I prefer it, not quite as.
All you got to do is get the John Lennon glasses, and I think
I probably got those, but they would
a turtle shell. Yeah.
They would not be to my prescription. And the ones I do have that actually look like the John Lennon glasses are actually antique frames that I had.
Is Zach on the list?
He should be.
I thought he was. I used to have to send him the link in Discord all the time.
In Discord, yes, but I don't know who's taking care of what.
I'm just along for the ride. Michaela, I'm very sorry yet. Not much has changed. I'm just trying to hold off until January 15th when they do the radio frequency on my back and my neck. I'm just kind of, oh no. Hey, Richie.
Hello.
I didn't click that one again, John. That must have been piquing your interest right there. I am having trouble picturing John as a sub, but
could I be a permit class?
More like a Kermit class.
That's a Navy joke. Not that I was in the Navy, but
Oh Lord.
You're the Navy. Do you have something against people in the Navy?
Good evening, Rich. How are you?
Better than I have been.
Good.
I breathe. I live.
Oxygen.
You're happy about it, but you're living.
I can print cool toys.
Oh, it worked.
You got it. You got it all figured it out. I can't talk suddenly.
Is that like a 5E bugbear or something? And a baby bugbear?
Owlbear.
Owlbear. Bugbear's the two-legged critter.
I want an owl bear. How do I get an owl bear? I want a real one.
Owlbear babies.
Genetics.
It'd be nice to Richie and
Yeah, I've got a couple of fidget toy slugs curing right now for Crow and Brittany, my middle and youngest child. They sent me an STL for that. And they're like, we want this. All right, we'll see if it works. It's not meant for this kind of printer, but so far it seems okay.
I had a friend, and he used to make miniatures too. He had a 2-scale model in clear plastic, hollow, of a gelatinous cube. Okay. Now, here's what's funny. Because it was hollow and it didn't have a top, he could put miniatures in it and then pour slime into it. Put clear slime. And he could actually like take the player's miniatures and drop them into the slime. Says, guess what happened to you? You know, it's
You've been slimed.
I'm looking for a gelatinous cube to do that with. I'm looking for a fire elemental and a water elemental that I want to do in translucent red and blue, respectively.
I had an idea about the fire elemental, but you'd have to get like 2 pieces of Pyrex glass, okay, and leave a little slot in between them, and have like you got the face of the fire elemental on one side and a exact opposite face on the other side, and you put it together, and you put a candle underneath it in between.
Damn it, she put a blouse on.
I did. You want me to zip it up? Here, let me zip it up.
No.
Yeah.
The Army disapproves of zipping.
Have you ever heard of guys before? No, we do not want you to zip it up.
The slicer I have allows me to make a hollow mini and also put a hole in the bottom of it so I can actually run an LED up there with a little button battery.
Get you one of
Oh,
those
yeah.
LED candles that does the flicker thing.
Yeah, well, Carl, John's younger. His reaction time is just a little bit quicker. Not much.
Actually, it's not so much reaction time as desperation time.
Desperado. Okay, that's short enough. We won't get sued.
You think?
That's not good. You know what I did today, Dawn?
What'd you do today?
I'm trying to see. I don't know if it posted or not. I have not seen it since I posted it, so it may have been one of those things that doesn't like Facebook groups.
Yes, I remember that episode, and I remember hearing the screams of agony when the paint was incompatible with the plastic for the 3D. And despite the fact there's like 3,000 miles between the two of us, I still heard it. It was existential. That would be easier to say if I put my dentures in, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Depends on your dentures.
But I went to Peoria today, Dawn.
You did?
I did.
You know, the only thing I know about Peoria is I was playing the video game Rampage, and that's one of the cities you have to mash up when you're playing Rampage.
Really? Oh, I should play that game.
I've heard of that.
I missed that
And
game.
Sheboygan, strangely enough.
But that's so. Yeah, I was in Peoria, and it wasn't until I dropped my friend off and went back to Uncle Mark's place that I went, shit. I should have stopped by the bookstores and picked up those sets of books that we have there. Thank you, Andy. But yeah, so I should have done that. I forgot.
Damn it.
Because I have one set sold, but I don't have all of the set here.
A point of trivia, oddly enough, Sheboygans are the name of the non-Time Lord natives of Gallifrey in Doctor Who. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Complained to the BBC, not me. I didn't make
Someone
it
from
up.
Britain had a thing for Wisconsin.
So
Could be.
Sheboygan. Wait a minute. I want to look this up. So Sheboygans are from Gallifrey. So it's like Sheboygan Gallifrey.
Well, they live outside the big city. They've rejected the Time Lord Society, and they're the folks that live out off the land, um, away from the Citadel. Basically, is the name of the big Time Lord city in a fishbowl, and they were sort of going through a Mad Max scenario of existence, and they liked it that way. So, um,
The Creature That Ate Sheboygan, a science fiction board game. Okay.
I'm
Well,
pretty
the
sure that
word
doesn't have anything to do with Doctor Who, but
The Creature That Ate Sheboygan sounds like a Doctor Who episode. Matter of fact, I'd say it's a 1970s Doctor Who episode. If I had to guess.
that would have been Tom Baker. Um, it would have fit in real well with, probably better than Power of Kroll, but suddenly I got distracted by motion.
I was like, Michaela, why are you wiggling?
I can. I just have
Wait.
too much energy.
Michaela's wiggling? What? Oh, no.
Mhm.
I was reading Wikipedia. I'm trying to
Hang on.
find. I'm looking
Oh,
at
no better.
Sheboygan.
But yes, I was just bored, so I was just wiggling.
I was looking up Sheboygan. I was trying to figure out where the name came from. Etymology being one of my little hobbies.
I would hazard a guess that it has something to do with an Indian tribe in that vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Where's Alice Cooper when we need him?
Oh.
He's doing a show right now. I forget
I was
where.
gonna say, isn't he still touring and he's in his 70s?
He's still touring.
What else is
He's
he
on.
gonna do?
He's on my friends list. I recommend you look him up and click, because
Well, if
Yeah.
he's on your friends list, send him a message.
Oh, no fit.
he's usually on stage while we are.
That's true.
But you never
Sheboygan,
know.
proudly
Maybe
known as the
Poppy
Malibu of the Midwest.
Professor Cooper, how did Sheboygan? Where does the name Sheboygan come from? Because there's actually a what was it, Afghanistan version of it, but it's spelled with a CH instead of an S.
Chippewa Indian word meaning passage or waterway between the lakes.
Oh,
That would fit.
well, it's easy now. Okay. Dan, we were talking about writing earlier, and on Stupid O'Clock, I posted an excerpt. It's from YouTube of an author who was writing a short story. Okay, and the name of this, the name of the short story is "Deadly, Deadly Humans." It's on the Stupid O'Clock group page. Okay, if you get a chance, listen to it. It's about 20 minutes.
Is this?
It is hilarious the way he describes humanity.
Is this part of the Humans Are Space Orcs series? Because I've been listening to as many of those as I got time.
Hang
to
on a
listen
second. Let me
to.
see.
Ouch.
There are several dozen writers who have done things like this, and it's always, hey, goes along with the Earth is one of those death worlds that nothing should be able to live here because it's so.
No,
Oh, there
this
we go.
talks about man's. It's kind of like, it almost reads like Space Above and Beyond. sort of.
Okay, Michaela,
What were
this
you
one's for
missing, Chris?
you. This
Sorry.
one's for you, Michaela.
What? Okay. Well, I do that with regular romance novels, but I have an imagination.
It really, and let me tell you, you don't have to get 20 pages in before you get a boner on Michaela's stuff.
Did you guys see Chris's comment? That was pretty funny too.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris. It just happens.
Uh,
I do it again.
we're
Tell me
being
when you put
recorded.
protein down. We'll do it again.
You can always play the
yes, you can
recording and zoom
replay.
in.
I'm living dangerously tonight. I'm eating popcorn.
How is that living dangerous?
Oh,
I can't eat anything but protein or my body rejects it. And rejects it harshly.
I can't handle
Oh.
rejection either. So there you go.
I can't do it.
conversely, I had one of the best snacks I've ever had tonight.
Yeah?
It is goat cheese covered in diced cranberries. Oh my
I don't know that I
god!
would call that delicious.
I'm
No,
not
that
a goat
actually,
cheese
that actually
person.
sounds real good.
It's awesome. I mean,
I've tried goat cheese multiple times. I don't have the. I can't get the flavor for it. I don't like it.
well,
And cranberries are bad for me.
and the flavor of it was Philadelphia cream cheese with actual fruit encrusted on the outside.
Mm. And for my
It
friends,
was awesome.
y'all know I can't cook to save my life. However, I can make.
You work in a restaurant.
Hey, I do the dishes, okay? I can.
It's
clean
kind of like
my
mechanics
dishes.
that drive around in a piece of crap car. You know,
No,
it's-
crap. So I'm not a gourmet cook. Like I can make a meal and you'll survive, right? I can make something delicious, but it's one dish. I can't make 5 dishes all come together at the same time and be hot at the same time. I can't figure out the timing and the science behind it. I can't do it. So, however, I figured out how to make a cheese ball. I don't eat the dang things, but I figured out how to make one. And the people that ate it said that it tasted good. I'm like, oh,
You mean
well, that
like
was relatively easy. Now I have 5 things that I can make.
the port wine cheese balls with the nuts?
Well, this one is made with cream cheese and dried beef or bacon or both and cheese. And you mix it all together and ta-da, cheese ball. You roll it in nuts too. You can roll it in crushed
yeah, right.
pecans.
There's this one my mom used to get all the time that was a really sharp cheddar, but it had port wine cheese or port wine.
Yes, I know that one
cheese.
very well.
And they would make the big ball out of the port wine cheese and
Right.
then roll it in walnuts, I think it was.
Yeah, well, this one called for pecans. So
Pecans. No, one of them. I
Yeah.
can't remember which.
But again, like I had no idea what they were made of, what they were designed for, other than putting on crackers. I've seen people do this. Like I'm not touched it because I don't know what it tastes like, right? And now I'm like, well, it's cream cheese and bacon and cheese. Maybe, but now I can't. So have fun.
There was one my second wife used to make that it was cream cheese, white meat chicken, shredded finely.
Mm-hmm.
Roll the chicken up in the cream cheese. Add a dash of I forget which white wine it was, but it was one that would go well with chicken. And then once you have the cheese ball, you roll it around in either pecans or finely diced walnuts or
Right. Almonds,
something like that. Almonds, yeah. And basically cut that with a knife and spread it on a fancy cracker, and you experience bliss. And Michaela, I'm here to tell you there is no way you cannot cook and still remain hot at the same time.
Okay, but I can cook. I cannot cook, say 5 or 6 things at the same time and make them come out at the same time piping hot. It doesn't work. Like if I make a chicken meal, okay, chicken dish is the main dish, that dish will be hot. And there will be 5 other things on the stove and I'm going, nothing is ready at the same time.
Yes,
The science of that eludes me.
Timing of everything is one of those difficult things to learn how to do. And believe me, I'm 66 years old and I can cook a 10-dish meal.
Yeah.
And if I'm lucky, 3 of them are ready at the same time.
I can actually do a pretty good job getting everything on the table at the same time. But
Yes,
to be
Andy
fair,
can too. And the difference with Andy is like he looks like he doesn't panic. He's just like, this will be done this time and this will be done, you know, like he doesn't panic. Me, I'm like, oh my god, the corn is hot and the beans are cold and and he's going, no, calm down, it's okay. Like, but it's not okay because the corn is getting cold. Well, this is not done cooking yet, and what do I do? And he's like, reheat the corn, it'll be fine.
Really?
Panic mode, right? But I digress. To answer Alex's question, yeah, I do write erotica, but it's not in novel form yet.
she just writes it on the bathroom wall. You got to go to the same bathroom to read it.
Check out
No.
Michaela Jade on Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But that's where I took my Elite Warriors and I went, you know what? I really want to write like what the Warriors do in the dark. But you can't put that necessarily in a
Warriors
romance
After
novel.
Dark. Yeah.
It literally is.
It,
And
yes,
I put it
it
on
is.
Bella. I put it on Bella, and Bella's not something I can keep up with. Patreon is. So I popped over to Patreon. I've got some teasers there, but I've got some levels where I will write individual stories. So like my highest level I think right now is $100 tier. But for that tier, I will write you a personal story. So to some people, that's worth it.
Okay. Dawn found her special Munsey today, which is not in the same vein as Michaela writing
No.
erotica, but
Not
it
at all.
does
Yes, it is.
read that way.
I still have not gone to that Munsey thing because
Hey,
You had that since October, and I know because I was sitting right next to you when you downloaded it.
I thought that was kind of cool, but I don't know if I want to do all
well,
that.
apparently it is cool. So,
I almost got into the
Oh, the cool kids are doing it.
I'm going to jump off the bridge next. You want to come with, John?
I almost got into geocaching at one time, but I could not get any of the local businesses to donate prizes. And I wasn't, I wasn't like for geocaching. All I wanted them to do was like donate keychains, bumper stickers, just what do they call it? Merchandising, or whatever you want to call it.
There you go. I know. Thank you. Okay.
oh dear.
I'll do the geocaching and keep the website up. All I need is prizes for the people when they find the geocache.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Oh, and just so some of y'all, because I know some of our people, just so y'all know, geocache. Okay, it's spelled geo like Earth, GEO. Cache is CACHE, not CASH.
Although if it was
Exactly.
a lot more people would be interested in it.
I'm not putting any
You're
money
after
in
my
it.
popcorn, aren't you? You don't even love me. You're just after the popcorn.
Oh, Carl said you're getting too fancy. You have to go all that trouble.
Well,
Don't
Carl had to buy
cry at
stickers.
me. You live here rent
Speaking of which, Carl, those stickers you use, do you order them, buy them, or make them?
Yes.
I think he makes them. I think he makes them. Like he prints them out on the computer on a.
Yeah, you can print them out, or you can order them off of
That's what I was wondering.
Breeze Tag something. So Breeze Tag like the main.
Well, the thing is, if they're vinyl weatherproof stickers, you'd have to have some really good printing done. You couldn't do it just right because you can't even breathe hard on laser printer ink because the whole thing will just fade.
Right.
I
It's a
know my
shame.
Five Guys 69 receipt is falling apart.
Oh no!
Oh.
I've heard a very evil thing, but I'm not sure if it works. That if you put lemon juice in a spray bottle and missed the receipt, the ink will come back out. But that may have been one of those things where it actually erases all the ink, and some jerk put it on the internet. I've never experimented with it. So.
Okay, you try it out first on something that don't mean nothing.
Really, Big Dog? Really? You too?
Girls said
Well,
you could
using
make
lemon
fun of
juice and
Red
water, you create disappearing ink
Over here.
that
2 more steps.
heat will bring it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I mean, that's in every kid's little
That's not
spy
fair.
book that ever existed.
Come here.
Yep. I remember
There you
that
go.
from
Let the big guy have one.
Encyclopedia Jones. Encyclopedia
here.
Brown. That was the name of the kid detective. Excuse me. Had a little
You need to go outside.
Didn't they
glitch in
do
the
that
matrix there.
in The
Um,
Sandlot. No, some movie that baseball movie kids. I thought they did it.
well, and it's a real shame that I
Oh,
am
what's
retiring
her
so
name?
soon because I would have access to a label printer where I would be able to put any image onto a 5x7-inch label, pre-gummed, and print off 500 of them at a time. But I can't do that anymore because I've only got 2 days left to work.
Carl was showing me how that worked. He went to the phone and he brought it up, showed all the things. It just happens that gas station right next to the Waffle House had a Mimsy location on it.
Mumsy. You got me all.
So we walked over
Mimsy
there
has to
trying
do
to find
with
it.
Borogroves.
And it turns out that the gas station had moved the propane tanks that supposedly the Mumsy sticker was on the side of the propane tank holder.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Well, they had moved. Apparently, they had renegotiated their propane contract, and it was with a different company. So the cage that it was originally the sticker was on was gone, and there was a new cage. So, and it wasn't even on the same side of the store. So.
That can happen, and you actually can report that it's not there.
He did. We marked the location that it appeared to be a dead drop.
Is the dog breathing really heavily near Michaela's microphone, or is that Richie?
They're outside.
Must have been Richie.
It might have been me because I was sitting here like this.
Well,
And,
he's sitting right next to Michaela. That would make anybody breathe heavy.
and I forgot that I'm
Tell me
using the
about
mic on
it.
my headset today.
Ah. Oh my!
No, Michaela, I can't actually see down your shirt.
But he's trying really
Well, I'm
hard.
trying real hard. Okay.
Is that better?
No.
Just lean back and think of England.
I don't think the zipper goes down any further.
Hey, Carl, I think the propane
And the
tank
room
was
goes quiet. Come on.
Hey, Carl, I think the propane tank was in Iowa or something to that effect.
What?
I don't remember the propane tank at
No,
the Waffle House.
no. There was a gas station right next to the Waffle House that we ate at,
Right, yeah.
and it had the Mimsy.
You were at the Waffle House, John? I don't remember that.
Nah.
You will.
I went to the Waffle House.
Did I walk back there? I don't know. That was a long weekend.
Yeah, we walked around the gas station. It wasn't there. So
Well, you know, it's Dalton. There's not that many attractions outside of HallowCon. Walking behind the gas station.
actually, the Harley Davidson store at the discount mall is actually pretty cool.
I don't remember that, Carl.
If you put Muncie's on a Harley Davidson, that's going to make them real hard to catch up with.
Not
I can put it
really.
on mine.
Not with a
Carl,
modern Harley.
remember, I don't remember going behind the propane tank or finding propane tanks, but I do remember you taking me behind the Mexican restaurant.
Whoa.
Sounds spicy.
spicy.
I told you that taco looked too damn good.
No, it was not.
No, I need.
Must
I'm
have been the
waiting for a response on
enchiladas.
There we go.
Lord, the things
No.
I will try and get away with knowing that this is not the green room.
Okay. I saw something today, or it's been popping up on my Facebook page the last couple of days. It's an advertisement for a gaming keyboard. But what's interesting about it is you can pull the little cap covers off the keys on the keyboard, and you can replace the switches. They call them canary switches. You can replace each individual switch on the keyboard so that if some of your switches are getting old and going out and it's harder to press the buttons to get things to happen, you can, instead of replacing the whole keyboard, just order a bag of these switches and replace those switches.
Yeah, because everybody that types knows there are certain keys that you hit more often than the other, and they will
I'm
wear
having
out
trouble
quicker.
right now with
The
M,
U,
K,
the C, the K, the F.
L.
MKULTRA.
Actually, I know why
You want
the K.
the ones
I know why the
just
K key.
period, or the ones I'm guessing at? Because
I got that, Dan.
I know why the K key is going out on my keyboard because I was doing Facebook and it was like FUCK. You know,
oh, I haven't even.
Nice.
That one's still clear as day. These other ones aren't.
no. I'm not talking about the covers to the keys. I'm talking about the actual micro.
The actual
underneath it.
switches underneath the keys.
You can replace those too.
Yeah, they do wear out if you keep using the same keyboard. And for
I was
people
gonna
like me, or people unlike me that don't continually spill beer on their keyboards and have to replace them every
Why
month or
don't they get a
two.
new keyboard? They're like $15 at Walmart.
Well, it's a gaming keyboard.
Hey, $10 at Kroger.
Mine lights up for 30.
Hey,
I can go all kinds of colors. Let's go green. There we go. Let's go green.
oops,
Yep, you can't
Damn
do
it.
it, Dan.
I certainly can't.
Mine's light up
No,
too.
I bet
but,
Don
yeah.
can.
I've done it before, but
Mine lights up, but it's a laptop, so I can't actually pull it up here and show it to you. Okay.
People had to get creative. Oh, fine.
Imagine that.
Okay, we'll do this.
One of us getting
There,
creative.
see, it's lit up.
Hey, look at that.
We'll
Oh,
do
what'd you
this
break?
the hard way.
And I just made a mess.
Oh, Dan
Oh,
gets
hey.
multiple lights. I only get one color at a time.
Yeah, well, I shop at Dollar General. I get the deluxe stuff.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted.
Hi.
Hi, Emily.
Dan done killed his background.
That's okay. I can bring it back. It's not like
Did
it's
you,
difficult
make
to
a
do.
post for me, Emily?
Emily,
Did I what? Hey.
I went to the store today, grocery store, and bought collard greens and black-eyed peas.
Oh, I was going to show you some of the greens I got, but I think that'd get us monetized. I don't know.
What?
We've never been monetized, so
Right, we're
The
good.
greens.
Ah!
Okay.
She
No,
got
actually, we were having a
It's a nice
conversation.
looking
earlier.
salad you got there, Emily.
She's making
we were
spaghetti. Okay.
Just don't think you can put ranch dressing on that and have it still have the same effect. So
Oh, yeah.
No, apparently, for those of you who do not know, you do have to burn the marijuana plant to get the effect.
Yep.
You have to convert the THA to THB or whatever it
That's
is.
why
You
when
and
they,
the THB.
mhm.
Right. So that's why
that is
when
why
they find
that is
fields
why
of 'em,
brownies work
they
so
don't
much
burn
better
anymore.
than just sitting there munching.
Well, usually with the
Um,
brownies nowadays, you have to make it the can of butter and all that fun
Right.
stuff.
Well, you still have to cook the marijuana and then
You got to release the cannabinoids.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the term for it. Carbonizate.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
I would
Carbonization.
Decarb.
You have
You're
a gift
would
card.
say- I would say it was more close to heat activation, but
Exactly.
Hey, who
um,
for fun today went dispensary shopping?
Me,
How many did you hit up today?
went dispensary shopping or went what shopping?
We went dispensary hopping today in Peoria.
Oh, I didn't dispensary hop. I have a friend.
There's more. There's more
Oh,
than one.
those old hippies are so great, aren't they?
I know, right?
Dude, you want a mind trip? Here's one for you. My Aunt Jo was the sweetest little lady. This is how I knew her, right? Now, I knew back in the day, her and Uncle Mark were in the outlaw biker gang that hung around Peoria, okay? Back in the day, 70s, okay? I knew this, but I never asked for details. They never shared. But Aunt Jo kept a scrapbook of things that happened back then. So we know some of it. And my mom always said that my Aunt Jo made the best hash brownies ever, right? Now, sweet little Aunt Jo was like, no, I would never. Like, how dare you accuse me? You know, that sort of thing. And I'm thinking, yeah, there's no way sweet little Aunt Jo can make hash brownies. No way. No.
Yeah.
So,
sweet
of
little-
course,
makes the best.
yeah, who also was in the biker gang and had a protector. So anyway, Aunt Jo has passed, and we're trying to come up with stories to make us laugh, share good memories, that sort of thing. And I said, Uncle Mark, is there any truth to the rumor that Aunt Jo made the best hash brownies ever? And he said, no, your Aunt Jo never made hash brownies. We thought the story was done. And then he said, I was the one that made them.
Hey!
Who knew my uncle could cook?
Technically
That's
baked
awesome.
on multiple
Yeah,
levels.
they-
Now,
can't
see,
cook.
I'm very much hoping that Georgia will
wake and bake.
Now I'm wondering if Tiffany has to cook all the
Excuse me, sir.
time, if these will make a reappearance.
I am very much hoping that Georgia will legalize the stuff soon because I would love to try some recipes with that stuff. So
Well,
Oh,
there's a story that I can't tell, but my uncle used to not be able to deer hunt here in the state of Illinois. But now he can
Have your own stuff grinder.
because he knows people in high offices, and he went to them and said, "Hey, I'd like to do this," and they said, "Okay, we'll fix it."
yeah. The statute of limitations is expired for you.
But back then it had not. When he went to this person and he said, "Hey, will you just, take this off my record?" The guy was like, "Yeah, sure." What? Who does that? How do you know people like that? What? No.
money. That's yeah.
More money
Money
than
changes
sense at that
everything.
point.
The
Well, and
United-
when you're affiliated with the Arapaho biker gang that turned into the
Hey,
Outlaws,
Zach.
Hey Zach, get in here. Okay. The United States of America has the finest legal system that money can buy.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
well,
Yeah.
he's not
If you
wrong.
got
Yeah,
money,
money
you can
can
buy you can buy any damn thing.
if you have enough money, you can buy your way into or out of things.
Money changes everything. Now, my dad, back in the 1970s in Georgia, was going, if they ever legalize that stuff, we're buying 400 acres in South Georgia. We're going to
Yeah.
plant the whole thing
Oh hell yeah!
in marijuana, and that'll give us enough money to maybe make one more year of growing soybeans.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. There's a farm near us.
Soybeans are
where
expensive.
You drive,
Marijuana is
you drive
cheap.
by it. You drive by
And
it
it's
all summer.
delicious.
It looks like a
Well, so are
cornfield,
soybeans,
right?
but
Not as delicious as marijuana.
I'm
So then-
really. Who's talking where?
Michaela.
Okay.
Michaela has the
So-
floor.
Oh boy. So, but you drive past this cornfield, drive past it all summer. The end of the summer, of course, they take the corn out. What's in the middle of the corn? Marijuana plants.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Usually you do it with blueberries because they have the same temperature as each other.
Right.
oh, well,
right.
that means I could grow it in the
Marijuana
yard.
and corn have the same growing season, and when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you don't want anybody to see this field so they can't steal from it. So what do? You hide it in the corn.
Just so you know, magnolia trees give off enough heat to hide quite a few marijuana plants.
Oh,
I was
wow.
gonna say so does blueberries. They have the exact same temperature as marijuana, so when a plane or helicopter flies over, it detects blueberries, not the
We-
marijuana.
We have seen that helicopter fly by on several occasions, and they will stop over near our house and hover for a second. We're like, "Are they looking at us?" We're like, "Yeah, they're looking at us. We're looking at us."
Probably.
Then we finally found out, just somewhere down the line, somebody mentioned, yeah, they check out all the magnolia trees, and we have a magnolia tree in our front yard. So
Oh, yep. There you go.
My sister and brother-in-law used to grow ginseng in the woods near their house.
Still do.
And one day, some idiot with a helicopter decided they were growing marijuana. They had an entire SWAT team show up, plus a helicopter landing.
It doesn't even
That-
look the same.
No,
Georgia has
on,
the soil.
on infrared, and believe me, finding somebody
For
doing
that.
something illegal is a major industry in Georgia.
To quote Mel Brooks from Blazing Saddles, we have to protect our phony baloney jobs here.
Mhm.
Now, the sad part is that when the helicopter landed, my sister's horse ran into a barbed wire fence and cut itself really badly.
Oh,
The horse had to be put to sleep, and the
yeah.
cop refused to pay any reparations
Of
The-
or
course not.
admit that they
Hey.
had even been there.
I have
Yeah.
a sniper rifle and armor-piercing bullets. I can put their helicopter to sleep.
There you go.
That's-
I'll be right back.
It's all fun and games until the helicopter pilot has to practice auto rotation. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, Chris, what do you got there?
Bring your own fire extinguisher, boys. We're not
I
going to
saw
help.
the top of the thingy bopper.
What was that, Don?
What do you have?
Christmas tree.
Ooh.
Ooh, we have matching ice creams.
Y'all should get married. Y'all got the same ice creams. All right.
That's just weird.
I couldn't resist, Michaela. They had it reduced to $1 a pint.
Well,
Ooh.
tell me how
It was
delicious
$2.74 originally.
I finally, you remember I was telling you, I went and got this bottle, and I was going to bring it to HallowCon because I wanted Curie to try some real. He went to that one convention and got slightly inebriated at the convention. I said, "Well, you were probably not drinking very good alcohol. I will bring some good alcohol." So I bought this, and I was going to bring it to HallowCon for Curie, and of course, Curie didn't show up at
I
HallowCon.
didn't drop it.
So I finally broke it open. So if I get schnizzled before the show's over, y'all know what happened.
You're drinking Carrie's share of your bottle.
I was supposed to be off work tomorrow, but I have to go into work.
How did that happen?
Well, I hired this. Well, I didn't. My boss hired this girl because when she came in for her interview, I wasn't there. So anyway,
That explains why she got hired. Okay.
he hired her, and this girl is supposedly from Alabama, and she used to work for NASA.
Oh, is this the one you talked about last week?
figuring. Well, yeah, and she's sweet as peaches. It's great. So we tried to teach her because we always start everybody out pot scrubbing, because who can mess that up, right? You just scrub the pot, you hand it back to us, it goes through the dishwasher. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a hard job, but that's where we start everybody, because then they get a feel for how things work and how fast-paced it is and how fast-paced it cannot be. Sometimes it's very slow. So we get her in there. She does great first couple days. No big deal. Third day, we try to get her loading. And instead of taking a bus tub when it's empty and holding it at arm's length and spraying it with water, she holds it right here and sprays it. Literally, I'm exaggerating, but like right here. And she's getting herself wet, everyone near her wet. Like, whoa, hang on, hold up a second. If you would hold it at arm's length, tilt it just a little bit and spray, the water would hit the wall and not you or anyone else. And so she says, okay. I didn't first watch her do the pot scrubbing and the putting away of dishes. This girl moved at Mach Jesus. So,
Wait a minute. Say that last bit again, just because I want to hear it. Okay.
This girl moves at Mach Jesus.
I've dated girls like
I
that.
didn't realize this.
I know a certain former
sweating
NASA
should have been the
employee
first
from
clue.
Alabama that want to hear that. Yeah.
Her sweating should have been the first clue. Like, she had soaked her t-shirt sweating. And I'm like, you don't have to rush. Like, relax. It's just dishes. And there's 6 of us here. Like, we'll get it done, I promise. So I get over there and I try to teach her to load the dishwasher, which means rinse the dishes, put them where they go, send it to the thing. You can handle this if you can handle NASA. I'm pretty certain at this point, what she did for NASA was take out the trash.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still say that you worked for NASA, but you took the trash out. You don't have to say that part.
Hey, if you handed out tour guides at the front gate, you worked for NASA. Okay.
You worked for NASA. Tyler, don't knock
You
me.
might be able to say that just a little bit better, John, because I've never been handed a tour guide at NASA.
When I
Talking about space camp.
guidebook.
Hey,
Yeah.
I promise.
man.
I promise I would not have been able to return them in the same condition they were handed over to me.
She's supposed to, in the interview, she sounded very smart, very put together. Fantastic. Okay. The only hiccup was she wasn't sure if they had enough gas money for her to get there the first day she was hired. And I said, do you want me to start you after Christmas then? And she said, no, I could work the couple days before Christmas, And I said, okay, well, we'll get you in there, get you trained. And then after Christmas, we'll get you in with the hours and stuff. She wanted 40 hours a week. Okay, no big deal. All right. She did really well with pot scrubbing and taking dishes where they go. And how do you not know that, like, if you spray something with a high pressure sprayer, get it away from your face first. I can't. Or when you're spraying a plate that's got stuff on it, don't hold the plate up here and spray here. Don't. The stuff is going to come this way. Like, what?
Maybe she likes having a wet T-shirt. We don't know.
I was in the military, and when we'd go out to the field with our vehicles, they'd get all muddy. Okay. When we brought them back to the motor pool, they had a wash rack where you would get in line, take the vehicles in. You had high pressure hoses, similar to fire hoses, for getting all the mud and dirt off the vehicles and inside and everything. So you had to disassemble the vehicle, clean all the mud out.
Standard stuff, yeah.
Now, the thing is, everywhere you go kind of has a similar but different system because different contractors use different equipment. Okay. So some of them are they're not incredibly high-powered hoses. And some of them will take the paint off of the average automobile. Some of them actually require 2 people to hold the hose, aka firefighters. But they don't look big and intimidating like a fire hose.
Right.
But once you turn that valve on and the pump kicks in,
right.
If you're not ready for it, somebody getting beat to hell with a hose.
With water. Yes.
Yeah. It's
120 plus pounds of pressure is 120 plus pounds of pressure.
But go ahead.
Go to YouTube and look up military wash rack accident. Okay. It's hilarious.
but we're teaching this girl, right? Or trying to. And I get frustrated because I'm trying to tell her, you can slow down. We don't have to go this fast. That's why we're training you tonight. We have so many people. Is because we are not that busy. So we're trying to teach you while we're slow how to do this so that then you'll pick up the skill to be able to go faster later. Right now, I need you to focus on how to do the job and go slower. She says, well, I can't go slower. I don't know how to slow down. I can't go slower. I'm like,
Hey, slow
Take
is
some fucking
smooth,
Ritalin.
smooth is fast. Okay.
so of course,
Sorry.
if you know the real me, I have a bad temper and a short fuse. Fuse has gotten a little longer over the years, but my temper is horrible. I may or may not have broken a plate against the wall. Anyway, so I had to walk away. So I walked away, and I told
Emily.
Savannah, the other
My
little
mom-
girl, I was like,
Oh, someone pad.
I was like, can you see if you can train her while I go outside and take a minute? So I didn't go outside. I went to the office to watch the cameras. And I'm watching, and Savannah is, God love her, she's trying to teach this girl to slow the hell down and spray the correct way, and without spraying everybody else. I know, Carl, who would have guessed? But it looked like it was going okay. So the first night, it didn't go fantastic, but again, it's the first night. I'm like, okay, you go back over and scrub pots and put things away, and we'll go from there. We'll train you again on load. It's not something you have to do all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
End of story, right? I thought.
Yeah,
No.
could be.
No, not end of story. No.
Why
the
not?
next day, she was scheduled to work with Savannah, and I was not there. I get a call from Savannah 15 minutes after this girl has clocked in, and Savannah says, I don't know if I can train her on load. And I was like, okay, why? Same thing. She's moving way too fast. They're telling her to slow down, and she's going, I can't. I don't know how. I don't know how to slow down. What?
A, she used to work for NASA.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
B, why is she no longer working for NASA? And C, NASA fires people every day for doing stupid stuff like drugs or trying to murder your husband or having sex on the space station or just all sorts of things that happen.
They actually fired somebody for that instead of filmed it?
well, they probably
Maybe.
filmed it and then,
Oh,
but
They
I mean,
filmed it. They filmed
TikTok,
it in HD.
TikTok
No,
would have
it's-
loved that one.
It's an
but I was
IMAX.
smart enough. I was smart enough in the
IMAX,
interview
yes.
to ask her.
IMAX porn. Ooh.
I asked her in the interview, I said, why did you move here? Because I'm born and raised Illinois. Born and raised, I'm born here, I'll probably freaking die here. That's my life. So I'm an advocate for it. Let's move. And when people move back to Illinois or to Illinois from somewhere else, I'm like, are you dumb? That's my first question. Why are you here? And her answer was, well, my family is from Alabama, and they all started to go just a little bit too crazy. And my husband's family is from up here, so we moved up here. And while we're waiting to find housing, we're living in our camper at the campground nearby. I'm like, okay, that's a reasonable thing. What if they have to live in their camper because they had to leave Alabama quickly?
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, and after her behavior, and so then this little
How's her teeth?
Perfect, actually.
They're fake.
Savannah calls me, and Savannah says, "I don't know." That
So are mine.
Right? And Savannah says, I don't know what else to do. I think she's calling you right now, but I wanted to let you know what really happened, and here's what happened. And all I did was tell her, you need to slow down, you need to do it this way. She says, I wasn't rude with her or anything. We did exactly what we tried to do last night. She's like, but I don't know if I can train her. And I said, that's fine. She can scrub pots and she can put stuff away. I know she can do that. Let her do that. And she said, okay. So then this girl sends me this text. and it is literally.
So it's your novel?
It's basically. I can't slow down. I don't know how to slow down. I don't think this job is the right fit for me. Savannah yelled at me. Savannah is this little bitty girl who might be 90 pounds soaking wet. She ain't going to yell at nobody. I raised my voice.
Well, now, wait a minute. I've known some women with that description that are real good at yelling. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, but this one is not. She's
I called one mom.
You met my mom.
So, but Savannah wouldn't. But again, like, you can't do dishes. Like, all we said was slow down. Like, what do you mean you can't slow down? Like, so we were all stunned. We were all like, okay.
You can't slow down if you're on meth.
I suppose. I mean, that could be it.
That's
like,
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Hey, for me, it's Maxwell House. Don't judge.
It's the only thing that makes sense. But, like, whoa. You know, like, we're giving you the basic jobs.
Used to work for NASA, which usually involves a lot of chemicals.
Now lives in a camper.
Had to move to Illinois.
Now lives in a camper.
And can't slow down. Meth. Okay.
Yeah, after that, we were all like, yeah, she. But so I thought we had.
Lives in a camper.
Yeah.
Okay,
Down by the river.
No. At a
No, that's a van. Never mind.
Yeah, that was a van. So this girl is just like, man, I had really high hopes, not necessarily for this girl, but we hired 2 girls. Madison is amazing. Flippin' amazing. Like, her second day, we were slow, but we had shown her everything on the first day. And she says, is there something extra I can do? I like to keep busy. I said, yeah, sure. I'll show you. There's a couple prep tables you can clean. Now, when I said clean, I meant like the stuff underneath it where it's stored. Sometimes crumbs get on the bottom of the stuff, right? So, like, take that off of there, clean the bottom of the table, clean the stuff, put it back. She didn't do just that. She cleaned off the bottom shelf of the table, laid on that bottom shelf, and cleaned the underside of the table. My manager walked by and went, I want her. I'm like, you can't have her. She's mine. No. But yes.
Just for being someone that's worked at a minimum wage job before, you need to give her a raise right now.
I know.
Call her. No. Like, get off of StreamYard. Call her.
Yeah. No, I've got her.
Tell her she's getting a raise.
Yeah. No, I've got her. Because that's the next thing. I have a meeting with the owner of the restaurant Monday, so that I can say, okay, look.
Wait a minute. Let me see.
Things
1,
that
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's 7 people on StreamYard right now. Okay. If the guy you're talking to doesn't agree to give her a raise, we will kill them. Oh, there's 7.
No. We'll name them. It lasts longer.
Maybe. But yes, it
wasn't any of the stuff.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
I am not going to agree to harm anyone. I will just put them on an IRS permanently. Will have their taxes.
No, there's some people I would harm. There's some people I would definitely harm and have no guilt about it. I don't think I did that unrecorded though, because like pedophiles and stuff don't count as people.
Now, Michaela, you might actually appreciate this. There was one junior high school that I went to briefly in East Tennessee, in the Knoxville area, and it was one of those really progressive schools. So not only did you have all kinds of extra learning tools in the classrooms,
you had tools teaching.
No, we had good teachers.
Good Maynard? Oh.
You actually had to, each student had to take a turn washing dishes in the lunchroom, helping the janitor sweep floors. And
I liked that really cool 4-foot wide dust mop. Okay, because you you had to like twist the handle to get it to turn left and right. That was actually cool. Right.
And yes, Carl, I have a bad temper. Very, very bad. You just have to. But I tell you what, it's very controlled, and if I let it loose, buddy, ain't no coming back from that. that's why I don't let it loose, because when it gets loose, I say things that nice people don't say.
Speaking of which, I've got to buy some more ammo for my sniper.
Of course.
Exactly that, John.
Oh.
What Donna said, or typed rather.
The filter between my brain and my mouth that tells me maybe I shouldn't say that doesn't work.
Yeah. See, this is why we're friends.
Okay.
So yes.
First
so I have
rule of
to
saying
tomorrow.
bad things. First rule of saying bad things about killing people: exaggerate.
Oh,
The
yeah.
reason is, if law enforcement actually does decide to send a SWAT team to your house, make sure they earn it.
Yeah.
It's-
The other thing is it has to be a credible threat.
yes.
Yeah. It has to be credible, and I'm not. So
I'm going to dip you in a vat of acid after being raped by a water buffalo. Too outlandish. Nobody will believe you that it would happen.
I'm
Wait a
going to
minute.
launch my cousin's
Give me a
moose
minute.
to
I'm
your
going to
lap.
Google water buffalo.
Yes. But yes, Carl, I have to work tomorrow because no, we did not fire the fast girl. The fast girl thought that she was fired by the girl trying to train her. So
She
but
quit?
then I guess she quit. She I guess
She
decided
just quit
that
showing
Savannah-
up.
Yeah, she told me
Is this
she
the girl
thought
that you're
Savannah
helping
had
out?
fired her, and I'm like, Savannah's not a manager. She's the same as you. She's just a worker. Like, she has no authority to fire you. None of the management said you're fired. I talked to you via text and did not say you're fired. I said, we'll work something out. Don't worry about it. You texted me the next day and said you couldn't get there because your husband wouldn't let you drive the truck 3 miles from the campground to the restaurant. I said, don't worry about it. I'll pick you up on my way to work.
You know, I spent
Isn't this the
27
girl
years.
you helped out too?
Where'd
food-wise?
Rich go? Rich,
Yeah.
get back in here. Okay.
He's right
I'm
there.
here.
He's
He's
just
reclining.
This is the same girl that is starving, doesn't have food. Her husband was out on the interstate begging for food. We took them a carload of food.
I spent 27 years in the military. And you think when Rich mentioned water buffalo, okay, I'd have got this. I just looked up water buffalo for rent.
for sale or rent.
Well, maybe you need to be a farm boy to understand that that's a water buffalo.
No, if you're in the military, you know what a water buffalo is too. But you think I'd remembered that crap? I mean,
You'd think.
That wasn't the type of water buffalo I was talking about.
okay. I was only 5 feet. I'm only 5 feet 8 inches tall. Okay.
There's a tongue on it though, Rich.
And back when I first joined the military, I was only 165 pounds.
Oh, Jesus.
We had to clean and sanitize the water buffalo.
Who else
Which
is going to
means-
do it?
They open the top hatch. Someone has to crawl down inside.
The skinny guy.
The little skinny guy
The little
Yep.
skinny guy, yeah.
with the scrub brush and the Scotch Brite pads and the sanitizer and all sorts of fun stuff like that.
And then they
Freeze that
seal it
stuff
up and
in.
leave you overnight.
No, they knew better than that. 'Cause that you had to leave the top open because they actually mentioned this in the briefing. You have to leave the sanitizers a little bit military.
Yeah, military.
Yeah, it ain't exact. It ain't your restaurant sanitizer. Let's put
No.
it that way.
Michaela, when you were running,
I have scrubbed out many a water buffalo. The bad part is,
And now,
the fun
That
part is you have to get down inside there with a water hose while they open all the drains and spray out all these sanitizer and soap suds and stuff like that. And
Well, by the time you get
and
out of there,
since
you're
you
nice
are
and sanitized.
inside of a plastic tank, you do get wet.
yes,
What'd you say, Chris?
when
Soaking
you were
wet.
running your fingers through your hair, I was thinking about the Charlie Brown character, the gal that's like, if you had naturally curly hair like me, you'd be
Oh.
beautiful.
her name is Frida,
Is that what it is?
Really?
and she has naturally curly hair.
Oh,
The
yeah.
little red-haired girl that Charlie
No,
Brown has
the one
really got
that-
a crush on?
No.
That's
Frida.
Heather.
Frida's the one in his classroom that has naturally curly hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She's more Auburn, but she's redhead.
Yeah.
So Heather
That's
is the
mine.
one that Charlie Brown has a crush
Yeah,
on.
that's the
The
little
little redheaded
redheaded girl.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mine looks
Learn
brown most
something
of the time,
new
and then
every
the sun hits it,
day.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
yep, I'm a redhead, whether I want to
Okay.
be or not.
Here's some more Charlie Brown trivia. Okay. You know who Lucy and Linus are, of course, from Charlie
Van
Brown.
Pelt.
Okay.
Mhm.
Lucy is the older of the two siblings.
Mhm.
Linus is her
Yes.
little brother and consequently Charlie Brown's best friend.
Mhm.
They have a younger brother
Up here. Yeah,
who looks
Right.
exactly like Linus.
you're spoiled.
So
You are.
Lucy has nicknamed their younger brother Rerun.
Yes.
And she meant it as an insult, and Linus was like, Rerun, I like it. And so now they've got a little brother named Rerun.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And apparently he's just Linus's mini-me.
Mhm.
Back in the day,
Okay, that's
farmers
what-
had
you know.
to use CBs
Wouldn't
to
that be
talk
funny?
to one another and stuff. And
Charlie
my dad's
Brown.
handle was Charlie Brown,
Yeah.
and he's from Minnesota.
My cousin's handle was Charlie Brown.
Can you imagine if Charlie Brown grew up to be like James Bond and Linus grew up to be like Mr. Evil?
No, but I can imagine Linus growing
With a
up to
mini-me.
be Q.
Yep.
That would be much more believable
Yep.
than Linus turning evil.
Coming up with all the genius gimmicks.
I had an idea. Back when they thought the Simpsons were going to end, I was like, oh man, they can't end the Simpsons. And of course, I was right. But I had this great idea that they should do a prequel or a sequel to the Simpsons where Lisa becomes Q, basically. Bart is kind of like Felix Leiter. He's the streetwise guy that knows how to get things done on the street.
Uh-huh.
And Maggie becomes the James Bond agent that's kind of like, if you ever saw the movie Point of No Return or La Femme Nikita,
Mhm.
that's Maggie.
She's basically River Song from Doctor Who.
Exactly. And her support group in this intelligence gathering agency is Lisa and Bart.
And Millhouse.
You know, that wouldn't be too bad either, but I didn't actually write that in
no.
the story.
Rewrite.
But
Hey, we all rewrite from time to time.
Mhm.
going back to the Charlie Brown, I could actually see more Linus being more like a Q character and Charlie Brown being more like a Johnny English character.
Mhm.
Now, there was a concept going around the interwebs where Charlie Brown was in a zombie apocalypse and Snoopy was still there, but Snoopy was the size of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he was a big dog, but of course he's a
yeah.
beagle. They don't get that big.
No, they don't, but fierceness does count. And, if you see Charlie Brown with a machine gun and a rocket launcher and Snoopy going, I've got an entire backpack of grenades that I have an artificial arm that will throw them for me inside the backpack. You've
Quick,
got
call Harlan Ellison.
He's dead.
Have you got a Ouija board?
Hi,
Yes.
Chris.
Actually, I do.
Well, good. Don't bring it to my house ever.
Oh, I have news.
You have news.
Yes.
Oh,
It's in-
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
news. I was getting excited there for a minute.
Okay, news.
Stop that.
Okay,
Stop that. Step back down.
okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
So, since my daughters are sleeping, I can say this.
Oh, no, you can't.
My youngest is dating a kid with the name James Jr. So we call him JJ, or she calls him Jay.
Mhm.
No big deal, right? My husband's full name is James. We don't talk about it. He doesn't like it. So it's not usually an issue. No big deal. My oldest daughter, however, has met someone, and his first name is Andrew.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So she's talking to him via text, and and one of the first things that she said was Andy, and then she went, oh, no, no. And he's like, well, you could call me AJ. It's like, no, I cannot. That's my husband's initial. So then he's like, well, you could call me, what was it? Something else. And so they settled on Drew. But now we're talking about, okay, can you imagine us all getting together at the same time? It's going to be Andy, Drew, and Jay, or some combination of Andy, hey, James, no, JJ, no, you. Like, who are you talking to?
When I was in 4th grade, they had 3 4th grade teachers in our school. They divided up all the kids between the 3 4th grade teachers. Turns out they did it in alphabetical order. That's the way the list was printed.
Right.
And Mrs. Neal, who was my 4th grade teacher, had 12 kids out of 32 kids in her classroom. 12 of them were named John or Johnny.
Oh, no.
The most we had was 4 in my class. We had 4 Jeffs.
So she was like, she called in Mrs. Bennett and Mrs. Dyer. And they all got together and they divided up all the Johnnies and Johns between the classrooms. I managed to stay in Mrs. Neal's classroom for some odd reason because I was one of the last of the Johns on the list. And, but
I always hate that.
We had 12 kids. We had 12 kids named John or Johnny. One of them was a girl, and the reason was they.
I've got
the book. You've got the paperback. Everyone had it back then. There was this girl that was in a book named Johnny, and apparently she was a mountain. She was a skier. And she was skiing down a mountain, went off a cliff, broke her neck, and she was paraplegic. And she wound up painting pictures with a paintbrush in her mouth because that's the only way she could move around and do it.
Yeah.
And they made a movie out of it. And it was incredibly popular in the early 70s. So apparently everybody that had a girl child back during that day named their kid Johnny. Joni. So, yeah.
Well, wasn't that a popular name of the guys that gals penned after in 50s and 60s songs?
Something,
What do you
yeah.
mean, my friend?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there's
have
Joni, that
I
show's
have
spelled
I have a
Joni.
goddaughter named Johnny Marie.
I'm a junior. I'm used to trying to figure out which Rich are you talking to.
Yeah, literally. This is gonna be hell.
Oh Lord, yeah.
People at the shopping mall yelling for John, and everybody. Oh, you'd see like 5 or 6 kids turn around and go,
Yeah.
Something like Mama. I'll go.
It's even better with the boyfriend situation, where we were like, well, okay, his name is the same as your dad's, but does he look like your dad? And she goes, yeah. He's short and stocky. He drives a Dodge POS 1500 1997-ish 3/4
Dodge POS, is that an actual model or?
No, it stands for piece of.
Yeah, piece of shit.
I know.
Or as Mickey lovingly called her trucks, shit boxes. Because they were. She knew what they were when she had them. You know, when you pay $1,500 for something that's rusted out and gonna last you about a year, it's a shit box.
Oh, I treated my $300 Impala a whole lot better than that.
Well, that's just it. Back when we were driving and buying cars, used cars were $300, $400.
Yeah.
They're not anymore. You're lucky to find one under 10 grand. It's insane. Yeah, Mickey's Jeep that we got her is, God, 15, 16 years old. And she paid 11 grand for it.
I thought
Yeah.
Jeep was newer than yours.
No,
We
it's
had
not. Mine's a 23.
we actually had
Oh.
it good back in the 70s.
Yeah, hers
mean,
is
they were-
newer, but
they were
it's not newer than mine.
Decent cars
Oh.
that didn't cost nothing.
Right, right. You could get
Oh,
a
hey,
decent
Rich.
car to drive around in
Rich,
$300.
just for
Yeah.
the record, the closest place that you can rent a water buffalo is Nebraska.
Of course, you look that up.
Yes, I did.
He looks everything
Animal
up.
water buffalo.
Oh,
Oh,
animals.
oh,
Now we're
okay.
getting technical.
Well, I was
Wait.
thinking Cape Buffalo when Rich first said it.
That's not fair.
What?
What, a caper up buffalo or her putting her legs up?
What, this?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, both are unfair.
Why? They're just legs.
I know.
Not according to ZZ Top, it ain't.
Well, yeah, there's that. And if it's that easy, I'll put them on my Patreon. I mean, you know,
Try it. It'll work.
I've thought about it.
Oh,
I had a thought there, but it got derailed.
there is an actress, I can't remember her name right offhand because I'm terrible with names. She was in Quantum of Solace. She was the hot James Bond girl in Quantum of Solace.
Gemma Arterton.
Is that the one?
She's the one that played Strawberry Fields.
Leave it to Chris. He knows all the hot girls.
Well, she was also
Shit,
she's been
Nick's
in
the
a
one
couple
that
other
knows
movies.
them.
She is going to be in the new movie where she plays Queen Boudica, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Bodisha.
Boudica. She's going to play.
I'm not sure that's right, but it's the way it's spelled.
And talk about some legs. That girl got some really nice legs.
The rest of her ain't bad either.
No, the rest of her ain't bad either. But what was the? She also played in.
She was in Hansel and Gretel.
Movie. Oh no! Wait, that was someone else. Never mind. There.
She was in a Hansel and Gretel where they were adults and they were like hunters and killers and.
I think we may be thinking about the wrong person. Hang on a second. I don't think she was in Hansel and Gretel. The one I'm thinking about, anyway.
Okay, well, the one I'm thinking about was Strawberry Fields. She was the one that got killed.
Let me see here. How do you spell quantum?
Q-U-A-T.
No, I already got it.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was being joking. Let's see.
Phoenicius?
Yeah, that
Damn,
word.
John, you
No,
gotta work
facetious.
on your pronunciation.
Okay. Olga Kurilenko.
Oh, yeah.
I like her
The
already.
Russian model.
Yeah, Russian model. She was also in Hitman. She was one with the dragon tattoo on her face.
Yeah.
Why would you?
She's been in a few other things, but she's going to be in the new Boudica or whatever. The Celtic Queen. Boudica. I keep wanting to say Boudica. I don't know if that's Irish or not. Do we have any Irish people in the audience that can tell me how to pronounce that damn name?
I don't know, but the way it's spelled, it's Bodisha.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it's spelled to a southern redneck guy that goes, ooh, redhead.
I'm drinking whiskey. Boudica is pretty damn good. Okay.
I've got Scotch, Irish, English,
I was gonna say
Cherokee, and Southern redneck in me.
Yes,
There's
sir.
too much in me. I'm a mutt.
Boudica.
about right.
We've been corrected by Donna, who would know.
Boudica. I was right. Boudica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ritz, yes. Okay, yeah.
I don't know where I got it, but I was pretty sure it was pronounced Boudica.
I don't know if you can handle what you got.
Me neither.
But Don's interest has been piqued.
I did what? By what? When you what?
I've been listening.
That girl.
Yeah.
Girl,
That girl.
That's definitely a girl.
Okay, fine.
Well, if she's a guy, she's doing a damn good impersonation.
Hey.
I ain't saying it ain't possible these days, but okay.
Right.
It's like, everyone's talking about Michaela's boobs, and I could have the
What?
same boobs for
No, they're
$6,000.
not.
So that's
That is not what they talk about.
They're probably
was
too busy.
earlier.
It's usually my tongue.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
if they're smart,
If we're gonna be honest here, like let's be honest going into the new year,
I'll be honest,
Okay.
going into the new year, if they're not talking about your hips, they are missing a point right there. I made that remark the first time we ever met each other, and you go, hey, and I go, it was a compliment, honey.
I don't get those often.
Really?
Hell, that outfit you wore the first time I
You
saw
hang
you.
out better people.
I in person I get, wow, I thought you were older than that, and I didn't know you had a husband. That's about all the guys say. Yeah. So I guess that's good that they thought I was older than that.
This is not my internet freezing. This is me in amazement. Okay.
Yeah. So usually I have a ball cap on, and I'm, I don't know, just basic. But yeah, I don't hear it a lot. Like Andy tells me, I wouldn't say a lot. He tells me that I'm pretty, that I'm beautiful, that but I hear it, and
he's not wrong.
And see, I think he is. I think he's what is that called? Partial?
Impartial.
Oh, well.
No. He's prejudiced, is what you're trying to say. And I am here to say, hubba.
I think what kills me with Andy is when I dress up and I think that I'm sexy or that I'm pretty, he doesn't care. He thinks I'm sexy or pretty dressed like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Okay. Whoever that guy is, I don't know who that guy is, but whoever that guy is, you need to hang on to him with like handcuffs.
He ain't going anywhere.
No, exactly.
But so what perplexes me is I can wear a pencil skirt. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
That's a straight line skirt.
No, I don't usually wear them. No.
Okay, but
you don't have to wear them to know what they are.
It's a straight line skirt that makes a woman's ass stick out. Okay, that's what it is. Pencil skirt and a button-up white shirt. Okay, I can wear that outfit, and I think I am the sexiest thing on the planet. My husband will look at me and say, "I don't like the way you look in a skirt."
I'll be in my bunk.
Because he don't want other guys looking at you.
Apparently. But now, if I dress in something like a sundress, something I would consider frumpy, likes it.
Okay, pencils. Okay, yes, pencil skirt. Okay, it makes.
Okay, to look it up.
Yeah,
I had to look it up. Yes.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Jesus, John, how young are you?
It was a clingy skirt. I'd never heard the term pencil skirt.
I hadn't heard the term either, but she described it perfectly.
Yeah.
You guys,
I didn't have to look it up based on her description.
It's not like I wear them. Okay.
I am old.
Okay. Here's the thing that messes with my mind. Okay. I wore a almost mini skirt to our son's 8th grade graduation. Almost mini skirt. Okay. So mid thigh. Calm down, Dan. And a button up shirt. He liked that.
He damn well better.
He has flat out said, I don't like the way, or I hate the way you look in skirts. That is exactly what he said to me. And I was like,
really?
Okay. So he had to clarify because I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Like, I thought I looked good in a skirt. And he's like, no. Yes, that. Yes. He hates the way I look in it.
Really?
Simply irresistible.
If I wear a long gown, he likes the way that looks.
Can it be permissible? This kind of loves. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I was.
Yes, we know.
Yes,
we know.
Doing the Robert Palmer thing. Okay.
Hey, one of my heroes.
She's a craze using Norse. She's a powerful force. you're obliged to conform when there's no other course. She
I'm gonna
used to
have to
look
dress
good
that
to
way,
me.
Dawn, and have
She
you
used
take
to
a
look
picture of
good to me, but now I find her simply irresistible. Okay,
Yeah,
What
what
was that,
else?
Michaela?
When we're together sometime, you'll have to take a picture of me in some of my shorter skirts. Because
Please
there are
do,
none.
please do, please do.
There are no.
Just so you know, okay, I'm going to set the standard here. Susan Day from the Partridge Family.
Oh my God, her skirts didn't even barely cover her butt.
Okay. Why is her skirt furry? Okay.
It's not. Shaving was not a thing back then.
No, it's not. God, I'm glad we learned what shaving is.
Oh. However, Cleopatra,
Nair. Okay.
the curtains did not match the drapes because hardwood floor. Damn, my TARDIS is getting old.
Carl's just jealous.
No, Carl. No. I'm talking like when we're at book signings, from going forward at book signings. And by the way, QuadCon for February in the mall in Peoria is sold out. So even if I get my books in time, I cannot go to that one unless there's a slot that opens up, and I'm going to let John know that. I'm going to say, hey, put me in the list for QuadCon so that if somebody drops out at the last minute, I can be there. Because it's
Curse of a popular name. Okay.
But it's February like 12th and 13th, so right before Valentine's Day.
Not the green room, not the green room, not the green room. I just love it when a slot opens up.
Yep. Because I'll just slide right in there.
That's my theory.
But yes, so if that
I'm
happens,
sticking to it.
I may be able to do that. I'm working on getting the funds to get the books right now. I've got the books in my shopping cart. So as soon as I get the funds, they will be on the way, hopefully quickly, because I'd like to get back to doing the QuadCon circuit because that is a moneymaker for me.
Quickly down under. Yes.
Yep, that's how it goes. And I need, you know what, Dawn? I need to make a banner and stuff for a table that we can set up for like Indie CD and Michaela Jade Books so that the authors that are there can come over and talk about that stuff.
I do hope my mother never finds this channel or the other one either.
I had a good all business.
Hello?
From like, well, I didn't start out all business. The first 20 minutes I was a little off the rails. That's because John looked like he was kissing my taco and I was looking at his wiener.
Next time I run downstairs to the refrigerator, I'll bring back some taco sauce.
Makes some sauce when you add water. I have it on good authority.
Be careful about the pickles, though.
Hey, Tabasco is contraindicated at this point in time.
I'm
can
sorry,
pour some
John.
hot stuff, baby, this evening. Okay. All right. That's
Don, I'm sorry, Don. I didn't mean to, say that when you're getting a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, that doesn't show up very well, does it?
No, and those skirts are entirely too long.
Okay. Susan Day is strange enough the one on the left. That's
Yep. I recognize that. I don't know who the other one is.
I've seen those hips before.
Because the hips don't lie.
Hey,
that's Shakira.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about Andy says he doesn't like me in a skirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those purple.
He probably got a really good alternative that I would love to see.
When exactly did he develop brain damage?
I don't know. But the purple skirt and the black skirt that I have that I've worn at a bunch of book signings that you guys have seen, those he doesn't mind. They're full length. I don't know. And maybe it's the hourglass.
Is he Mormon or something?
Yes, it is the hourglass figure.
Does he drive to work in a horse and carriage, or
He should. He probably should. He see when
Quaker,
I met him,
Quaker is the horse and carriage. My bad.
He was 17. Yes, he was almost 18 when I met him. And
He's
even
been
then-
ruined ever since.
yep, even then he was old-fashioned, you know?
Mhm.
It was like he seemed like instead of 17, he was 40. Like, what?
Burning witches or something? He's that
No,
old.
no. That's never going to happen. He's married
Oh,
to Michaela.
As he got older, so did his mentality. And so now that he's in his 40s, he acts like he's 90.
Ah,
Yeah.
You're trying to-
Oh,
Thank God I never grew up. I thank God I never grew up.
See, that's what I said. I'm never going to grow up. Because he'll say something one time. We'll be joking or something. And I say, you know, I'm never going to grow up. You knew that going into this. And he's like, yeah, I know. Like,
Okay, Michaela, I do have a question about the pencil skirt.
Yeah.
When you wear it, is it the same way as that, where it kind of goes in there at the knees?
Yes.
That may be one of the reasons why he doesn't like it.
Maybe. I don't know.
well,
He doesn't like any skirt unless it's all the way to the floor. He likes, I guess, that elegant look.
Yeah.
He likes
It's the
floors.
only way I
don't
know
know,
to
one or the other.
He likes
that is a very good look for you, Michaela. And that you can't
Yeah.
deny that.
Donna
That is a
okay
very
since I met her.
attractive look for you. It
What?
shows off your entire figure, accentuates everything,
Well, and
while leaving the mystery intact.
if I said little black dress, you know what that means, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
little dress, like maybe mid-thigh, right? Little black dress, right?
We
That is the classic
may have
evening
a different idea about the little black dress, but then I
Okay.
have seen shock treatment before.
Okay. Not his thing. Uh-huh.
It's a classic going out look for women.
Uh-huh. I wore it on one of our anniversaries, and I was like, don't you think I look cute? And he goes, yeah, whatever. Okay. Okay.
One
I
day
think
you're gonna have a long
I
talk
think
with
he-
that boy.
That was the anniversary where I learned that he does not look like the way I look in a skirt. And that was when I started asking questions. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Any skirt, a short skirt, a long skirt, like what are we talking about? Because I was blown away. Like, what? No, I hate the way you look in a skirt.
I am quite curious as to how he will react to you with a micro mini skirt.
Oh God, he'd say, no, that's too short. Go change it.
He sounds like my younger uncle.
Has his sanity been
He
checked?
he was born an old man.
Yeah, see, and Andy was too. Like he's an old man. He's not I don't know. He's not your typical guy. Your typical guy is like you guys.
He's a dirty old man. Your typical guy is a dirty old man
Yes.
from birth
You
and
appreciate
remains that way the rest of their lives.
Like Andy is very much one of those people that sex is not important. Sexualizing people is not important. What's sexier is knowledge and a good conversation. Yeah, I don't like. He's more of an intellectual than anything else, which
Those
sounds
are
crazy.
nice, but
Yeah, I know.
wait, and you got somebody that's appealing.
You would
I
think.
mean, you need to appreciate that shit.
You would think. I get flowers for no reason at all.
Well,
That's
that's
nice.
always a good
No,
thing.
like there's perks, but like
There's sometimes you want to be seduced.
that'd be nice. Wait, did I say that? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Daniel, shut up.
Yeah.
I said enough, Dan. You don't have to say anymore. You,
Right.
I
go
know,
from there.
I know, but I was just about to riff on
Why do
that,
you
and I
think
go,
I write romance novels? Hello.
"Ooh, that's a bridge too far."
So yes, next time that I go to a book signing, I will wear either a pencil skirt or a short skirt, and I will make more book sales, and I'll have Dawn take a picture of all
Shit,
the
all
books.
you got to do is wear what you wore when I saw you at HallowCon.
See, that's a long skirt though.
That green
Yes,
outfit
but it
was
looks very,
awesome
very
on
good
you.
on you. The
Oh,
the
I
one
know.
at the
And the
one at
blue
the
one.
the dress that you wore at the HallowCon we first met, you and I,
I'm
where
glad
we
to hear
shared
that,
the
Donna.
table. God, you looked absolutely gorgeous in that.
Thank you. I thought so. And
Well,
yes,
yeah,
and
and
Andy does appreciate those, especially because they have the zipper, and I place it strategically.
I don't remember. I don't remember zipper, but I do remember strategic.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, it was very in keeping with the theme of your characters in your books. It
Yeah.
was not modern day. It was pseudo medieval,
Mm-hmm.
yet still
It was period
very
appropriate.
attractive.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And I didn't have to wear a
which would
corset.
make sense because it's not actually medieval. It's alternate timeline.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
And
but yeah, it's just a conundrum. So, you know.
Nice dress, lady.
that wasn't quite my remarks, but and Michaela goes, "Hey," and I go,
No.
"Well, still, I could."
No, it's so when a guy, let's say, whistles at me on the street, because I've had that happen, it perplexes me. It just makes me like, what are you? Who are you? Wait a minute, like, oh me? Like what? Why?
Oh,
I haven't seen it until just recently, the last few years. I have figured it out. I have figured out that I'm not only pretty, I have good parts that other people look at and appreciate.
yes. My first compliment to Michaela when I saw her in all her glory. Well, dressed.
Dressed, yes.
As opposed to undressed.
Well, I've never been privileged with that
I was like, you tell, I
experience.
haven't heard this story yet.
No. First thing I said to Michaela was, "Oh, nice hips," and she goes, "Hey," and I'm going, "Will, I mean,
Yeah,
seriously,
You remember a movie with
okay.
Richard?
you're built like a guitar woman."
Do you remember a movie with Richard Gere called An Officer and a Gentleman?
Yes. Deborah
One
Winger.
One of my mom's favorites.
Yep.
All right. There was a line from that movie that I love because it just out of the blue hit me like a thunderbolt. Okay. He watched it. They were doing push-ups. They were in trouble, so they were doing push-ups at basic training. Okay. Looked over, and this gorgeous blonde woman walked by in a short skirt.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy looked up and looked at her and goes, "Bodacious tatas."
we know lots of ladies like that, though.
Yes, we do. Thank God.
Oh, good luck getting some of them to believe that.
True. Okay. Truth. That guy. Yeah. Okay. That guy over there telling you the truth.
Yeah. Hey, I'm old. I ain't
Nope.
blind.
No, it's not like I'm
You are
trying
wearing
to.
glasses.
I'm trying
Well,
to
I
copy
am,
and
but-
paste the image, but it won't let me. So let me.
Let me entertain you. Oh, and an orange cat has joined the.
Rowdy's back.
Yeah, it's rowdy.
Let me. I'm going to share my screen here for a second. See if it'll come up
Sure.
with the Facebook.
It's a stupid watch.
There we go. Yeah, that. I'm glad it asked. That is one of my better pictures.
Oh my God.
Can you guys see that? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
That's one of my better. Yeah.
And you
I
do
don't
look
mind
damn good.
that.
And that is
And all that
more of a. It's a formal
Yeah.
gown, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And that is more of what Andy likes.
and actually
You look good in it.
The wrap sets it off very well. The black sweater or whatever it was.
That's all part of the dress. That's all one piece.
Yeah. But you know, I have been in the SCA. I have seen classical gowns and lots of period costumes, and I have seen modern day. Don't know what the word is, but very fancy stuff that a lady will wear to accentuate her beauty, and
Of course,
that's what. Oh, you've met my wife. Yeah. You should see some of the stuff that she was wearing to the steampunk conventions. Oh my God! I'm
I
just
bought
looking
an
at photos
outfit
and I'm
that
going.
I've got to
I'm
find
just
some
looking
leggings
at
to go
photos
under
of
it.
Lindsay at the steampunk conventions, and I'm going. How did I get so lucky?
Lucky,
Oh.
yeah. I
Full
bought an
length
outfit
skirt.
that I have yet to wear.
Oh, really? Do tell.
Yes. So I have to find some leggings to go under it because it will show all of the underside of everything if I don't. So I got to find.
I vote don't.
Yeah, I know.
I second the motion. Okay.
I bet you do.
I don't unless you're going to be somewhere near us.
You're so selfish.
Because it does no good if we can't see it.
Yeah, in person it's more fun, I promise. Okay.
I can attest to that. Now, if you got Michaela sitting next to you at a vendor's table, you're going to be so entertained by not only her beauty, but the people that walk up and go, you write stuff too? And I'm just going, are you still in high school, kid? You can't talk to a beautiful woman without going, yeah.
I abstained from the vote because yesterday was my 19th wedding anniversary, and I plan to make it to 20.
And you'd like to be alive at that anniversary too.
Well, the funny thing happened. Are you familiar with Michaela Somerville?
Can't say that I am. No.
Well, we were at
There she
Cartersville Comic Con promoting HallowCon, and she was there and was trying to help us. And Michaela is blessed, stacked, how cursed, however you
Well
want.
endowed.
Yeah.
Bodacious.
However you want to
tatas.
call it.
Bodacious. There you go. Oh, here's one you guys will love. Oh, this is
And there was this
Drunk guy?
teenager that was talking to Joe, and she came up, and he's like, and he went running off. He's like, Joe's like, damn it, Michaela, you scared off the geeks.
I tend to do that, or I reeled him in. But here, I have
No.
another one. I mean,
What I found really, really nice was at HallowCon, Dawn let her hair down, and my wife goes, "Oh my God, she's gorgeous."
And she hates her long hair.
really? Like, I'm envious. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay. I'm going to do it again. Here we go. Okay.
John's gonna cut my hair off.
no, he's not.
I
How
would
about
not
that?
do that. I might
Okay.
put
I said
meat
you could
in
give
your
me back.
shampoo bottle, but I would not cut your hair off.
Because I said you could get me back as long as I didn't end up in the hospital. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Neat will not put you in the hospital, I don't think.
Damn.
So
Or
there's
Nair. Nair will not put you in the hospital.
It might if you put it on your head.
Can't miss her in that
if you leave
top.
it on too long, actually it will.
Michaela, That was you with the bow and arrow?
Yes, they caught me just as I released.
Yeah.
You have some impressive muscles.
I do.
No, I mean seriously. You
I
are
know.
not a stick.
No. I couldn't be if I tried.
Yeah.
One, I like cheeseburgers, and two, I do things that other people don't.
Carl, you got some explaining to do, boy.
I was talking about using the nair on my head to be bald.
Surgical strike. This will not happen.
Yeah.
What did you read it as, or Dan?
What? What did I miss?
Oh my gosh, John, it's time.
What?
Oh, wait.
Oh my God! Oh boy, that just disappeared, didn't it?
Yeah, and I gotta go to bed.
Jesus.
That means you're up soon, Dan.
Soon now.
I have a small storage box.
It's 4 minutes.
Junk room that we've got here now.
Yeah.
And what I went and drug out was my wolf whistle.
Oh.
Is that the thing that goes? Woo?
Oh my goodness.
I've not seen those in years.
Yeah, I have a harmonica and a kazoo and some other.
Where's my clippy?
But if you're in the military and you're sitting out in the middle of the woods at 2:00 in the morning and you're getting ready to do an ambush on someone, okay, and they're expecting to get hit with an M16 or an M60 machine gun or whatever, right? And all of a sudden they hear this. Okay. They don't know what to do.
No, they don't.
They're like pointing weapons into the woods, like, what the hell is that?
I have actually been in traffic where somebody had one of those hung in the tailpipe of their car. So as they accelerated, it sounded like the Batmobile from 1966. Yes. But with more horsepower.
It's a Venturi effect thing. It's got like 5 little holes in the back and a propeller inside of it. Okay.
Not propellers?
Yeah, I think it's got a propeller. You tell me. I can't see it.
It's a turbine.
Well, it's the wind being chopped up is what's causing the noise.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey.
Great. I sound like a vacuum cleaner now.
Suck.
Yep.
Suck.
See you, Donna.
Okay.
Carl, I'm proud of you for sticking in the whole night.
I know Carl's been staying
Good night,
up late.
Carl.
Good night,
He's
Carl.
a
Good night,
trooper.
Donna.
Yeah. I don't have that page up. I'm looking
Good night, Donna.
The show. On Stupid O'Clock, I put this thing, and I got to bring it up again because I've forgotten what the hell it is.
It's actually time for high
Deadly. Oh, wait a minute.
So glad you could join in tonight, Michaela.
Yeah, it was fun. I gotta go to bed because I gotta work for the dorks that don't want to work.
Well, thank you.
Good luck with that tomorrow.
There is this story that I put on the Stupid O'Clock group called Deadly Humans. It's a YouTube thing. Go and look. It's somebody reading a passage from one of the chapters of their books. Please go and look at this because it's hilarious.
Okay.
I'll try to remember.
And let me see. Y'all have a good. And if I won't see you for a whole year, okay, I won't see you until
I know.
next year. Okay.
I'm not feeling good, so I'm tapping out. I won't be on LMS. Good night, guys.
Good night, Rich.
See you, Rich.
Good night, Rich.
It's
Thank
still
you for
better.
being here.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Chris. Good night,
And
Dan.
we have to end this show
Bye,
in
boy.
like 10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say good night, everybody, and y'all need to do the same thing too.
Yep. See y'all next time.
And for those of you who don't
bye-bye.
know, go watch Dan's show. It's Last Man Standing. It comes on immediately. after this.
Yeah.
Okay. I might ruin his entire reputation by showing up there.
Nah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Did not get away with it. Fuck, 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 fuck.